Check. What's up, everybody? How are we doing? Big Sush. Good to see you, man. Good to see you, brother. JT, good to see you. Dominique, doing well. Doing well. Thank you for asking. Rena, it's the meme. Yep. I'm just going to give my 2-minute train psychology spiel on that, but then we'll get into the real point of the lecture tonight. But you guys know me, I'm a conservative trader. Hope you guys make money, but I don't participate into this. But that's not the point. So I'm going to give it a couple more minutes, guys. Worked late as usual, traffic sucked as usual, and dinner was late as usual. And so the lecture is 5 minutes late as usual. But here we are. J3, Rafael, good to see you all. Glad to see the regulars and the new faces for sure. Lion Trader, Lauro, what's up? Good to see you guys. Hopefully you guys, actually, while we're waiting for people to roll in, so tonight's lecture, the focus is longer time frame confirmation. You know, it can be entry trades, trying to find swing, stuff like that. So if you guys have some names that you're actually looking at, I get it. If you're a new trader, you may not know levels and all that stuff, but if you guys something you guys are interested in, put them in the chat right now. I'm gonna write them down. Please keep it like 1 to 3 because I don't know how many there's gonna be. I'm gonna do it as I see them and try and get to everybody. I'll go a little bit long if I have to, but you know, somewhat please have a little bit of a trade plan. I don't want to just say, hey, do this, do this, do this. and then have you take a losing trade and be like, hey, 1K, he said to do this. So hopefully you guys have something that you're interested in. If you put it in the chat, there's a reason. And then obviously asking me and others is our confirmation to build a plan. So that's the hope. I don't want to just talk for an hour. We can either discuss in the chat, or I'm going to give you guys a chance to unmute, but that is the goal tonight. So I'm going to start writing these down. La La Land, I don't know anything about the mastermind. That is a flips and MMA project, or project within OT. You have to ask them. They'll definitely, honestly, even us in the staff, we don't even really know what's going on with that. It's just something I think Flips, he's been talking about it in voice chat for weeks or months. So it's something I think he's had planned, and it's kind of his little baby. So when there is an update or something, I'm sure Flips, you guys will be the first to know. So don't worry about missing it. And there's not, I don't think there's ever going to be a time or a chance where, people that want to get in it cannot get in. But yeah. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm just taking some notes here because the chat will move on us and we'll be able to find it. Three would be swing trade, EMO, PayPal. Cool. That's it. Only a couple people. Come on, guys. Gotta have something. If not, all right. All right, guys. We will start with that. My quick 2-minute spiel on GameStop. If we gapped up 108% overnight and you guys swung several contracts and you guys did not take any profit, hate to use dumb, but that is dumb trading. Please don't be reckless with this, guys, because what goes up must come down. There's going to be a day that you're going to keep trying to buy the dip, and the dip is going to keep dipping, and you guys are going to lose all your money. There's going to be somebody out there. This was back in 2021. The original meme squeeze, and so there's people. Obviously I got trend lines here. I tried to play this back in the day or charted it, but someone's going to lose a lot of money. So don't let it be you guys. If you banked on calls today or overnight or yesterday, just consider it a win, consider it a lottery ticket, because this party on the upside, I don't know when, but it's going to end soon. My guess is sometimes early next week. So have some fun with this week. Don't blow your port, but when we're done with this, it's back to regular business. Because eventually it's just going to lay flat again, and no one's going to give a shit about it. So again, hopefully you guys made money, but just be careful with it, guys, because there's legit people throwing their life savings in this, and now they're stuck, and now they're down, whatever percent on shares. So just be smart, guys. 40% down in one day, that's not healthy. So also, first lecture on Think or Swim. So Schwab, whatever you want to call it. So bear with me, guys. I'm a little bit slower, but I'm making the move from Weeble. So here we are. But yeah, the focus tonight, you guys, longer time frame confirmation. What I really mean by that is, whether you're looking for a new entry or you're looking to take profit or stop profit, whatever, or stop loss, whatever it is, we always need that longer time frame confirmation. You hear me say it a lot in the chat, zoom out, look left, whatever it is, or do you know where you are, or what be taking puts here, stuff like that. It's basically just, this is a little bit of charting night and also a little bit of building a trade plan. Because there's lots of times I see people, screaming puts, and it's just like, I look out and I look where we're at, and it's just like, no, not for me, And also an example of just knowing whether it's an alert or whether it's your own play, you got to know where we're at. And so for me, you've heard me say it, my bread and butter is the daily and the 1 hour. Between those two, I can build a solid trading plan based off that. There's a couple things I want to go over and a couple examples. A pretty extreme example. I think you guys heard me talk about it last time in the chat. This is SPY daily. We're going to go the weekly. I don't have my 20 MA on here. What happened to those? We're starting off real good, guys. The SPY, when we crashed, when we dipped last week, we filled this 500 gap here, and around here is the 20 MA. Let me see if I can get it up real quick. I think it's this one. There we go. All right. All-time highs a couple weeks back. We sold. People were super bearish. But for perspective, you guys, this is the 20 MA on the weekly, and this is the SPY chart. When we come into a zone or a level like this that we haven't been before, so this is July through October last year, 2023, we dipped below the 20, obviously, and you've seen once we cracked over that, we've been up and away. And so when we sold down here at a whatever percent pullback, I literally messaged River. I said, if we gap fill and we hit 500, we gap fill is 500, we hit the 20, I'm loading. I didn't actually full port, but I told him, I said, I'm full porting the Roth, I'm buying shares. And so what I did in this 500 to 495-ish zone, I bought some SPXL shares. Those are leveraged shares for a swing trade on some shares. And obviously it paid. I sold at 512 a long time ago because that was my trade plan. But my point is, guys, when you see something that, yes, this is an ugly weekly candle, but even on a big push up or down, you need to be thinking, okay, where are people taking profit? Or if people miss that move, if people miss this move over 500, like, okay, we went to 500, we're going to dip down, and they miss this huge move to 525, you need to think to yourself, okay, where are people going to buy when things are, quote, on sale? Where is a Black Friday sale? And for me, this is a huge share swing hit for me. I bought shares here because this is the 20 MA on the daily. We bounced, we closed right at it. And that was my confirmation. We had ERs, obviously, that pushed us. But I knew my risk was small. I knew if we came down underneath here, that my risk was small. I could cut, or I could add to the position if I wanted to, if it made sense to. But again, you guys, always zoom out and know where you're at on the charts, because things can look ugly, but it can be, we can have an ugly sell right into support. Okay. And so again, the hourly and the weekly and the daily are my bread and butter trades. Today's SPY, this is the 1 hour chart. And again, you guys, this is linked just so you guys can see that it's, this is the daily down here in the 1 hour, just so you guys can follow along. We got these wicks here in the morning and we came down again, and I made the comment, on TradeFlow, I think 520.4. I said, I think SPY wants to go there. Obviously we didn't get it, but I was not looking to buy puts into it. I was looking to buy a bounce. Okay, so why was I looking to buy a bounce? On the 1 hour, obviously today's Tuesday, so this is Monday and Friday. This is kind of, you hear me say pivot levels, pivot zones. We pushed up, and every time we're up over this, we push more, we bounce, we push, we bounce, we push. And so again, how did I find 520.40-ish? Okay, so now again, we go the daily chart. We zoom out a little bit and we look, this would be late March to April, and look how that lines up, you guys. So we have all this volume up here on top and all this recent volume up here on top. And so you need to be, as a trader, you need to follow the money. You have to assume, okay, we are probably going to bounce here. This is a good buy spot. And if not, we can look bearish, continuation down. But that's how I got that level, you guys. I looked left and I said, okay, where is a nice middle zone where if we're over, we kind of push. If we're under, we push down and we pivot down and we sell more. And so that's how I got that level, you guys. I left this on here just for the lecture, but you always want to have some sort of a plan. You kind of want to know where you guys are at, always on the chart. Okay, does that make sense to everybody? So we have this little trend line here. Obviously held today, and we rocketed. I wasn't here for any of this, but longer time frame confirmation, again, the 1 hour and the daily. And a couple of things over here on your left, you guys. This isn't like a secret algo or anything like that. This is just an EMA crossover. So I use the 9 and the 21 EMAs. Hopefully you guys can see this on your screens that you're watching. So a 15-minute cross, a 30, and the 1 hour. Okay. So this, again, it's not like a secret sauce. This is just confirmation for me when I'm scrolling, when I'm looking for steps in the morning or midday, that if I can click on Apple and I see the Apple on the 1 hour, the 9 is over the 21. On the 30-minute, the 9 is over the 21. On the 15, generally speaking, I'm sure we can find examples, but generally speaking, that is an uptrend. Whether it's a day or a week, whatever it is, if my 9 is over my 21, that is a bullish signal, and there's no reason to try and short Apple because, oh, it's up at this level. You can watch it and you can watch for weakness and market weakness, but Lion Trader, the watch list is my own, but these, send me a DM. Yeah, guys, you guys in the comments. I'm really like I'm super noob at Thinkorswim. I found it on, I think this is on YouTube, and this buy signal I got online, Assassin AR-15. He's the guy that does this buy and sell volume, I believe, that everybody uses. But I wanted something like, I want to look at this and not do math in my head. I want to look at, obviously, 29 million buys and 2 mil sells. Obviously, that's a big percentage, but I want to know what that is. And so I found a script online that just gives me the percent. So this is the same thing intraday. This is just in a percent based thing. And so there's a lot of times in the chat, I'll tell people, hey, it looks like a good trade. We're breaking down here. Walmart was a really good example today. I've seen weakness and I've seen like 14% buyers. Cornbread. Yep, brother. That is another reason. This is probably one of the biggest reasons why I'm switching to Thinkorswim for these things, guys. And then also, if you see in the chat today, AMD, I put this in the chat several times. So if you guys have been around River or anyone in the chat, he will say the hourly 20. Big Sushi, you're in here. You talk about it too. The hourly 20. So this yellow line is the hourly 20 moving average. And there are so many trades that can be based off this, guys. And so I did it one step further. I said, okay, here's the hourly 20. I want to know each day on a chart. So it's a 15-minute chart. I want to know each day where are we at on the 9 and the 20 relative. So the 9 MA daily is this purple line here. And the green is the 20. So see how it correlates down here? So the 9 moving average on the daily time frame, on a daily, I can see where it's at intraday, which helps so much, you guys. And I put it in the chat. It's kind of right around here. I said flips. I mean, he probably already knew as well, but I said, mainly for the chat for you guys, I said, hey, if we break over the 9 daily, we are probably going to fly. And so we rejected. And obviously yesterday, I was in the trade with them too. We didn't get the breakout, but this is the 20 moving average. On the daily, the 20, you can see how we're rejected down here in the daily. So this was yesterday, but on intraday time frame yesterday, we rejected all day yesterday. And so if you wanted to day trade puts, that probably would have paid nice. But again, going back to my theory, and the whole point of this lecture is, always knowing where we're at, always knowing where we're at. So for me, it's the hourly 20, it's the 9 daily and the 20 daily. Okay, and then combined with this. And so each day, again, when I start my trades, you guys, I go this 2-box chart here, and I just scan my watch list. And I zoom out and I say, okay, where are we at? What are we looking like? Uptrend, downtrend, what are we looking like? Netflix right now. Netflix has technically a bearish 1 hour, a bearish 30, and a bearish 15. So, and we're not currently making higher highs. And so for me, that is something I want to watch, and so if I enter a trade and we break this little zone here, I will say, okay, where am I? If we say we open up around somewhere around here, 610, and say I take puts and we sell through the lows of the week. Okay, obviously, hear me say, look left, zoom out. Where's a good profit? I don't know if they'll go straight down, but they will probably try and sell to this 9 daily moving average, which is this line down here. So if we open somewhere down here, they may come down to here. And that is a spot where you obviously, if you're in puts, you want to try and take profit. If you're in calls, you might want to be looking for bounces, because I'm going to show you guys some examples of how much they bounce and why they bounce. Obviously, AMD today, if you didn't take that morning trade with flips, you could have got the back test off the hourly and then bought that push up. Even Monday, we sold down and look right where we stopped, right on the 9 MA daily. These algos, they're smart, you guys. There's not, it's not an accident why that sold down there. Okay, you guys. Yeah, hourly 20 is money. Yep. Yep, Raphael auto creates the level. So basically, I can send you guys this study or actually that's not really, it's a study, but it's super easy. So if you have the hourly 20, which we all got from River, which is right here, you can take a screenshot, whatever you guys want to do. So I just did the same thing. So it's a multi-time frame moving average. Here's my 20 daily. So it's the day, it's the 20, it's the price close for the day. And then the 9, probably right in front of me. Yeah, right above it, obviously, right there. And that's all I work with, you guys. And so again, this is crucial for me because there's been bounces in the past. I said, I messaged Sonar, I messaged River. It's like, why do we bounce there? He's like, dude, the 20 MA or the 9 MA. There's so many times. And so how can I set an hourly 20 on Webull? Yeah, and so J3, that's you can't on Webull, but let's take a look at AMD, the 15. Let's watch this line here. It's not going to be the same, but I was looking. So we'll look at AMD. I think this is close, but it's not perfect. It's the 15. No, it's not. I was looking let me figure this out here. Okay, so it's not the same. If you go the 1 hour on Webull, you're 20 exponential. So look at this line here, this green line. It's not the same thing, but it's close. So see this dip yellow here and we push up, and this dip here on the green, we push up. So on the 1 hour chart on Webull, the 20 EMA is close, but it's not the same as what everybody uses it, why they use it. As far as finding the daily on Webull, like if you want to know where the daily is on AMD, you literally just have to go the daily and you got to mark out a level, which, it's kind of a pain in the ass. And I got kind of tired of doing that. And so for me, those two things, you can go in here and go, okay, it's at, 152 or whatever it is. But that's kind of my main reason to switch, because it's just right here. It's all in front of me. Again, you guys, when you trade, you should be able to concentrate on your trade, your take profit, your stop loss. You shouldn't have to worry or think about anything else. Like your trade plan should be already figured out and you just let it ride. EMA 240 on the 5-minute directional is a 1 hour 20. Raphael's smart. You guys can try that. All right, you guys, I want to get to a little bit of charting. I don't want to take up all the time, like I said. AMD, we're going back to it. Let's go the 1 hour. AMD is a top watch for me. I'm not saying just blindly be bullish, but we kind of have this down channel here. Several days, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days, a down channel, trending down. And now we're starting to break and make a higher high here. So we closed above the 9 and the 20. And as you can see down here, it correlates. Purple is the 9, teal is the 20. And so AMD is one that I definitely be watching to close out the week. Amazon's another big one, you guys. Look where we closed here on Amazon. So same thing. Hopefully this is big enough for you guys to see. Kind of breaking a downtrend here, you guys. A recent downtrend that is on, this is Amazon. This is a 1 hour chart. And so, if we break up, If we push, if we get a morning push, and assuming this 9 comes over, so 187, we'll just call it 187.50. If we push, the break and retest of this high here from yesterday is a good risk reward to buy calls bounce. If you miss the morning push and you take a bounce, like you're buying the bounce off the 9 daily, which is what, big, you want to follow the motion, you want to follow what big people do, big money does. And you find these 9 MA bounces, you guys. And so Amazon, AMD are big watches for me. Netflix, no, not Netflix, Nvidia. Do you guys remember Shark's mention? Let me find it in the Discord. Just to show you probably what he was doing in his mindset. So if you ever see an alert or a trade idea, you have to ask yourself, what do they see? So on May 9th, Shark says, I'm long in Nvidia, taking a stab on it. It's expensive, no contract selection. May 9th. Okay. May 9th. Look at this, you guys. Again, May 9th. Look at that touch. I have no idea when he bought, but I can almost guarantee he is thinking, okay, we're coming down to the 9 MA on the daily on the 9th, which would be, which day is that? Is that back here? Yeah, coming down in here. So this is intraday on the hour where he suggested taking a stab at it, Nvidia longs again. And look at that nice multi-day swing that he probably hit on that. Actually, today, good move within a week, going over a few tickers later today as well. So when you guys see something like that in a tab, you guys should open the charts, and if it doesn't make sense for you, you should ask them and say, hey, what are you seeing here? What are you eyeing? If I enter here, what would be a stop loss? And so again, this can look ugly on Nvidia that morning, whatever that was last Friday or Thursday, but look at, it's no accident, you guys, right where that bounced. That lined up way too perfect. Okay. All right. I'm going to go over a couple that you guys pointed out before I go over anything else I want to look at. Is this not the ticker name? Why is that not loading? There we go. Maybe my internet is just shit. Ooh, I like this. I need to go back to the chat. JT, I think I'm saying that right. What are you eyeing on this? What do you want to see? Are you in it already? Feel free to unmute your mic if you want. We can talk about this, man. I mean, I can give my trade plan as well, obviously, but I kind of want to see. Once you guys use some brain power, let me know what you guys are thinking on this. See if we're thinking the same thing. So I kind of like where we're at here. Do you have any comments on it? Try to look at the chat. He says long-term play, long-term swing. Are you in profits, or what's your trade plan, buddy? Let me know. I'll wait for him to type on mute. But what I see, guys, obviously, repeat things we're seeing here. So in profit, exit in June. Nice. Okay. So we come down, we sell below the 9, we reclaim the 9. We have an ugly day yesterday. We push up. But one thing that stands out here, at least recent price action. So again, even before you dive into trade, again, you guys hear me say it, it's look left. Let's see if I can freak out the drawing here and Thinkorswim. I'm immediately eyeing this here. You guys hear me say it. I always talk kind of about pivots and zones here. I'm immediately eyeing something like this. I'm trying to get to line up. Okay. Hopefully you guys can see that on the chart. We push up yesterday. We reject. Why do we reject? Where do we reject? We rejected this little zone here that was around the 9 rejection from last week. And so this is kind of a good zone to be thinking or be looking. If you want entry, you can take something like this. You can take, again, a break and a retest. Like one of my favorite break and retests, you guys, is a break over the previous day high, we push up and we bounce it, and you take entries there because you know if you break over, the breakout's not ready. It's a fairly small loss for the trade. But as you can see here on the daily, so this is the 1 hour, and again on the daily, we see this pocket here. We break over this and start getting some holds. I guarantee big money is going to try and push this to the 20 MA here, and so Jay's in exit in June ideally. If he's in good profits already, he should be holding runners. And the next thing you do, you look at this 9 moving average, and you want this to curl under again, and you just ride that trend. You ride that trend, and you can use multi-time frame averages or moving averages like this and just follow your guys' trade plan. That's a nice one. Back testing, yeah, back testing like 31 zone, like that's a pretty nice setup, man. Pretty hard selling, I guess, looking. Oh, gap down earnings. Okay, yep. So yeah, that's nice, man. Good catch on that. So yeah, again, if you were to say, hypothetically we get in tomorrow, trades up into this zone 31.42. Again, you guys, you need to trade and take profits where you expect rejection. Like this is a big ass wick here on the 9 moving average rejection. You gotta assume and you gotta think 31.4-ish, 41, 31.43. If we push here tomorrow, there's gonna be some pushback here. There's gonna be some sellers waiting parked right here because we have all this area here, and it's gonna line up 31.4. Yeah, it lines up with this wick here. And so, you don't take profits based on percent, based on what the chart. So if you chase and we come up to this zone here and you're only up 12%, that's not good enough for you. Well, tough luck. You need to sell where it makes sense. You don't chase a trade, skip out on 12% and let it go 25% revenue. That is just bad trading, you guys. And so very nice one. CCL, love it. I hit this almost every week. CCL is great. This is the daily. We have what I would call some consolidation here. We've been trading around. This looks like a very big zone, but we're essentially topped out at 15, bottomed out at 14. So a $1 range, but that is huge on CCL. I think this was JT as well. Okay, let's take a look here. This is potentially a really, really good setup for swings. We have the 9 crossing under the 20. And hopefully this pushes back up and we get that cross on the 920. We want the 9 back over the 20, generally speaking. When a 9 over the 20 as a general nice bullish trend. Obviously, when the 9 breaks under the 20, we see what happened. Downtrend, downtrend, downtrend. We push up, we tried to break. And now we're in this consolidation phase here. And this line is the 20. Is it my 20? That's my hourly 20. So I like CCL for lots of reasons. Even on the hourly, you guys, if you guys don't day trade this, man, you guys are missing out. Like if you guys buy, if we're sitting at like right at 1440, 1448, or if you buy off this 1445, so if this 9MA comes over here tomorrow, and you take a 1450 call, that needs to move 5 cents and it's in the money. When you get that move from out of the money to in money, you get that intrinsic value. That is a very, very nice move, you guys. And so CCL, I like this one as well. That's not what I wanted. This is really nice, or it appears to be right now. We have a trend, slightly higher lows, slightly, it's not much, it's only a few cents, yes, but it is higher lows. We're holding the 9 for 2 days now. We've got the 20 overhead. And so you can see even on the daily, price action is getting tight, a little bit of indecision, back and forth, but stuff like this and CCL, you guys, like you can buy a lot of time on this, you guys, and it's cheap, or you can day trade it. But swings on these cheapies, this is very fun. Nice job on that. NEE, next Terra Energy, interesting. Ooh, look at this one. All right, who was this? Swing, do you want to unmute and chat about it, or tell me in the chat? If you're too shy, it's all right, but let me know.
Yeah, so I added this one around 68 and it's on a bull run from long time. And if I see the strong resistance, that is all the way back in July 2023 last year. So I
Give
have
me,
it.
give me one second, brother. I just want to mark this real quick. So you're in at 68. Yep. And I'm just gonna follow as you talk. But okay, go and so did you enter here on this? I don't know if you can see my daily very well. I'm sorry if you guys can't.
Yes.
Okay, so you entered here, all right, and then tell me your plan or what you have going on.
Uh, so if I don't know when to exit. So if I see the biggest resistance is coming around
So where are we at now?
July last year.
Yep.
So that would be around 77 or something. So what would be the plan? I mean, I'm in a good profit from long time, but when to take out the profit when there is no chart within last 6 months related to this.
Okay. Perfect. All right. So a couple questions. I mean, you don't have to tell me obviously your port size or how big, but did you get multiple contracts? Yes or no?
I have it 10 contracts.
And
Right now I have only one remaining last runner.
okay, so you trimmed. Okay, perfect. And where? I mean, did you? I'm assuming just. I mean, you have to tell me exactly where you trimmed all the way up here. I'm
Yeah,
assuming.
so if we go back like 4 5 months back, there would be a resistance in between coming from all the way back in the left.
Okay,
So
perfect. So
somewhere
you've
in
trimmed.
between. Yeah.
Yeah. So actually, this would be June of last year. Let me see if we need more. Hang with me, guys. I gotta figure out how to do this. Screw it. We'll just do 2 years. Figure out where we're at here. All right. So I think we are where we want to be. All right. Perfect. All right. So he entered here at 68, guys. Obviously, a killer entry and a killer trade. If I'm being honest with you, brother, like the 75 to 76 zone. I didn't ask what expiration are the contracts or the your one remaining.
Uh, right now, 21st June, the last
June.
runner.
So
Still have time.
and what percent are you up?
Right now, for the last runner contract, let me look into it just a moment.
Let me get some things going while you're looking because I have a couple of theories for you. Um, man, but shit, that's a good trade, dude.
So right now, I'm 116% up. I added this one at 175. Right now, it's 378.
Okay. So if you can, and you're watching, you're looking. Oh man, sorry, guys, I'm not very good at this brokerage yet. So we kind of got this zone here. So we'll look at this shaded area together. So this is last year. As far as I know, I'm not zoomed out too far. Or is this 2 years ago? No, this is
Yeah,
last year. So you can see again, you hear me say pivot. So like when we sold down into this and we broke under, this is a big volume zone here. And we sold under and it took, what, 16 months of, if you bought shares here and you held for 16 months and now you're break even, like, even think about shares or think about as a contract, just a sidetrack. If you guys buy SPY calls and you start out at break even like everybody else and it dips down to 23%, 40% you don't sell, and you push back up to break even, what is your mindset? Your mindset is, I need to get out. This is such a relief. I'm back to break even. Okay. So for the mindset of shareholders, because you're buying a contract of options, if I bought shares a year ago, July 2023, I didn't sell, I didn't average down, and now I'm break even. I am for sure, from a mental standpoint, I'm getting out of this trade because it's a mental relief for me and I'm freeing up the capital that was tied up in a big loss. Okay. And so, from that perspective, you need to assume this is your first time here. And like I said, what, 18 months? Or is that right? The math right? No, not quite. Almost a year. Sorry, guys. My brain's not braining. So, over a year. So, this is April last year. So, over a year, it's the first time coming back here. And we had all this volume here before the hard sell happened. So when this hard sell triggered, it released all this. And now if you're holding, you're at a loss for 15, 16 months. So where do you think you're going to sell to get out at break even? Right here. Or if you bought the bottom on this, you have to be looking and going, you know what? There is all this zone here, there's all this volume here. And so, there is not much volume down here. There's volume here during this huge January through July, 7 months of, it's a big zone, yes. Well, not really. A $4 range, 7 months. There's a lot of volume here. There's going to be profit takers here, brother. So if I were you, you can sell all here at, I guess, where we're at right now and take profit, and you can free up that money and do other trades, or you hold. And if you're on Thinkorswim, you can set a stop loss that, let this not, because this, we're pretty far extended. When I see we're that far off, a 9 moving average. So like, look at, we always revert back to it. We're really far from this 9 MA, this dash line. Look at, we bounce back. We always, kind of move back to it. We get a little bit over the 9, we come back to it. Below the 9, we come back to it. Over the 9 here, we come back to it. So for me, I'm seeing a lot of extension from the 9 to 20. Tomorrow or whenever you can take profit here and be happy with a kick-ass trade. You caught a $10 move on it. Or you can set alerts. If you're on Thinkorswim, you can set alerts to say, hey, when Nextera, when it crosses the 9 on the daily, that is a stop out, or you can ping an alert. I don't know if you're on Thinkorswim, but that's 2 options. So take profit, because you're happy with it, or maybe we trickle up a little bit more and you say, I want a trailing stop until we break this 9. But anybody watching, this is the goal of a swing trade that everybody wants, that it is so it's coveted to get. He bought a breakout and there's pretty much no down days, 1 down day, but he caught a really, really good trade. And so this is what you guys do. He was in 10 contracts, you trim, and now you have a runner pretty much for free. And you let the chart tell you when to sell. Okay, so you can set a trailing stop loss, or you can say, I want to break the 9, this purple line here. So maybe it's a 72 level. We break down to 72, you're still leaving with profits. But man, that's a good trade, brother. Nice work.
So this is the same thing with ammo. Both are running very bullish. Both are dividend kings. This is a big part of my portfolio. And same thing, the exit strategy is going all the way back to last year, July around, for the strong support. So I will take the consideration same way with the 9 EMA that you told me. That would be like a stop loss point.
Yep. Yeah, I'll even just do one line just to kind of show. Again, it's a stupid word to use. I call it a pivot. So push up, bounce, 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 sell. And now, the break and retest I always talk about, we break down, we retest 45, and look at, we sell, we sell, we sell. And now, again, same thing. If you bought this breakout on shares and you failed and you hold, you had a chance to get out of break even here. And now you're break even a little bit of profit. So again, 45 is, that's an easy 1-line chart. 45 would be, to quote River, that's my line in the sand. We may consolidate if you have some time, let that 9 EMA catch up, and maybe we leg up to 46, and you just keep riding it up. Or again, looking left, we're back in here. So there's a lot of volume here from November through August. There's a big zone here. And obviously we've seen that first candle here yesterday. So we pushed 45 and we got that big ass rejection, but bulls came back strong today. And so, you got to see the zone here and think of it like that, so let the chart tell you where to sell. But again, nice trade, brother. Nice one. Let's see. I want to go over Rafael. I don't want to skip you. Sorry, man. CCL. If you draw a trend on top of CCL, you could play the channel like a range. Is that, sorry, I'm just getting to your question. Is that based on the 1 hour, brother? Oh, I think I see what you're talking about. Yep, probably like that. Maybe. Yes. All right. Love it. Yep. Nice. Good eye, man. Good eye. So I'll just do a little quick 2-line chart here. So in terms of CCL, it's like, again, you don't want to be diving into puts at the 9 moving average. You don't want to be diving into puts on a trend line. You don't want to be diving on a puts on support. Bounce 1, 2, 3, sold. Bounced, cracked over, bounced, and bounced again. It held. So again, this is not a big range, 1450 to 14.7. But you guys, if you guys tomorrow, I'm not saying buy calls, but if the trade looks good and we were bullish, we were trending up, this is a good low risk play. If you buy those 14.5 calls and they go in the money, these are going to pay really, really nice, you guys. Actually, look what we did today. Let me pull up Webull really quick. And let's take a look what they did. I need, let me see here, just to prove to any doubters. Oh wait, I don't want this. Hold on 1 second. CCL. If you bought this dip, so 1440, again, this is today, 1440, this dip. That dip and ride is, let's say you don't bottom ticket. It's a 56% trade, you guys, 56% on CCL. So again, because you bought the 1450, and when that goes, let me just leave this up here just for ease. So this dip right here is this dip right here on CCL. If you bought them, if you had this chart and you said, hey, we're selling down, we're, it's the 9 moving average, looks ugly, but you bottom tick this trend line, that's a 56% trade. We sell down, you say, you know what? You guys have been in my lectures before. Previous high a day, pre-market low, pre-market high, look what rejected, you guys, this pre-market high zone. 56% trade on a contract that cost you $21. All you small port people with small ports, pay attention. $20 entry, you guys. Big port entry, you guys are loaded, but you want to play the slower movers. This is a 20-cent move in the price, 20 cents. It's a $20 contract. If you guys have a huge port, buy 100 of these damn things. Who doesn't want a 56% trade? It's crazy. Sidetrack to my small port people, but good eye. Anybody have any questions? PayPal, I think, was another one. PayPal, I think I like as well. I'm looking at that one. I tried to short it today. PayPal bullish close. Yep. All right. PayPal, I seen 8%. I didn't take it, or 8 or 9%. I told a few people I was interested. Not shorting it just because, but shorting it because of the 20 MA. So the 20 is here, push up rejection, 20 here, rejection pre-market, push up, rejection, push. The opening range was set. And I said to myself, the risk is small, fairly small. I tried to time puts here. It showed me, ultimately, you can still see my price, my take profit was 64.40. Didn't get it. That was my goal. I wanted this wick here from the previous day. We sold down and ultimately bounced to 21. I wasn't a very good trader. Didn't take the 9%, pushed up. I took a break even on that. But now, I had a bunch of buyer volume on the day. But again, the opening range top was set and we had that 20 overhead. You can take, you can short a move up, but it needs to make sense. You can't just short a push up just because you think it needs to come down. I took a calculated risk. It was a rejection from Monday and a morning rejection. Opening range was set. Again, I took a break even on that. But going back to the comments, bullish close on the trend line. Yep. Okay, so let's look at the daily for perspective. We got the 9 and the 20 stacked overhead, but we got kind of some support here. So we can use this alert here. I like this one, this trade long. It's not quite for me. I want to see something. It doesn't mean your comment is wrong, but for me, I like to look for stuff, not like a cocky way, where it's obvious. So for me, this 6422-ish zone is an obvious dip buy try or sell puts try. So on the daily, we see here, like I was looking at the hourly when I marked this line, guys, for just perspective. So again, we push up, we push, we come down, we sell hard, we push up, we reject, we almost bounce here. So 6422-ish is kind of my zone where it's obvious if I try a dip buy and it fails, it's a small loss here because I'm wrong. Or if we break down tomorrow, we have a lot of market weakness. I want to see a breakdown and push up to 6422 because again, playing off what it did Monday, if we push up and over, it's an obvious cut point for me on puts. But again, now comparing to the daily, like I said, I was looking at the 1 hour chart. Let's look how this lines up on the daily for perspective. Again, one line chart, it's pretty obvious where if we're going to bounce, where it's going to be on a longer time frame perspective. And sell, we can see when we sell under, we have selling pressure. We push up, reject. That was probably earnings. That doesn't count. We push up and we trend up. We come down, we trend down. We push up, we trend up. And so again, 1 hour chart, you guys, daily chart, whatever it is, use that for confirmation. Husky QQQ. Let me grab that one for you. I don't want to leave you without it. Hopefully you're still here. All right. Q's and SPY. Why not? Let's take a look. Q's and SPY. Daily, again, we're a little bit extended from the MAs. I'm not going to say take puts, but we are extended and we know what happens when we get extended, you guys. We usually, eventually, we're going to revert back to it. There's people wanting this quick tangent on SPY. There's people that want this double top tomorrow. And again, if you bought here, you bought the top on shares and you held through this pain, where do you think you're going to want to exit for a break even? That double top, that's going to be a sexy double top. You got to expect some profit takers here. Maybe we blow through it. Maybe I'm wrong. We set a new all-time high, but you got to expect this top range zone. There's going to be some sellers here. Okay. So again, we're extended a little bit from the 9. We're probably going to come back to it, whether we consolidate up here a little bit. We'll see what CPI does tomorrow, but let's see. Q's, do you have, are you in a position? What's that asked? Husky 23, do you have a position or you just want like a general, what do I think kind of thing? We'll get some lines going. It's kind of nice on Thinkorswim. I don't have anything drawn yet, so. And see, those algos are smart, you guys. They are smart. Look right where they there's a tiny rejection, but look where they rejected today, and look where we rejected April 11th, and look where we rejected the 4th and the 23rd. You guys get the point. So use that long time frame rejection or confirmation again. I can't be bullish into this. If you have calls already, I can be selling into this. But 44637, man, like Q's are a little bit different. We're close to a double top, but Q's, like, I'm not saying just buy puts. You need overall market weakness, but you gotta be thinking take some profit here. And to me, 44637, I'm not buying calls tomorrow morning at the open at this zone. Again, push breakout, retest, support. So be breakout, retest, support. Yeah, I can try calls, but I'm not diving into calls tomorrow at the open. I'll tell you that much. SPY and implied volatility. I see your question. I will not forget you because that's a great question. Kind of the same thing with SPY. Well, again, bulls, they want that all-time high, 524-ish. We almost tagged it. So tomorrow, if CPI is good, we're probably going to gap up pre-market and they're going to tag all-time high and not give you a chance. But hopefully if they gap up, they hold for you call swingers. But again, look for some resistance points here. I know I sound repetitive, but it's just to help coach you guys that, you may see a down candle. I went over this today, but you may see a down candle, but it's like, look where we're at. Like, look where we closed today on that hourly candle, and it's right where it was yesterday. Like, there's a reason where stuff closes. If you're in puts and you go, shit, why did that bounce? And you really want to learn and get better, it's like, look, take time, take the loss if it's a loss, but don't just dive in another play and just forget about it. Like, use it as, every loss I take, I use it as a learning example. I say, okay, I take a loss, I log it on my journal and I say, okay, where do we bounce? Say I dove in SPY puts here at this wick here. Let me delete. Say I dove in here on this bottom candle. Let's go to like a 5-minute. Again, the opening range has been set. If you guys don't know what that is, let me draw it really quick. Opening range says 80% chance the high or low of the day is set in the first 90 minutes. Ooh, that's a bad put trade. Look at this, you guys. So I'll draw it. Okay, for me, I'm West Coast. So I'm going to picture this extending, but I'm going to stop it where the opening range is, which is 8 o'clock for me because I'm West Coast. So market hours, this is the opening range top, and this is the opening range bottom. Okay, so now I extend it, and you send a trend down, and you said puts, puts, puts. Look at where we bounced, you guys. We bounced the opening range perfect, and we never looked back. So if that is you today, not to call you out, not to say you're a bad trader, but use this as a learning tool. So the opening range is the first 90 minutes of the day, So 6:30 to 8 o'clock for me. I wish I would have seen this trade. It was not available, but man, we trickle down and we bounce perfect, almost to the penny, the opening range bottom. And again, look at that. Wonder if River hit that trade. He probably did. But again, you guys, you want to always look where we're at, have perspective. Don't just see a down candle and just be a bear. Because on shorter time frame, obviously it's hindsight, but on shorter time frame, it says that is a bad trade. And on longer time frame, it proves that as well. Because we go back to the 1 hour and everything disappeared because I don't know what I'm doing on Thinkorswim. There we go. And the 1 hour, again, that says that is a bad spot. That is a bad spot right here to take puts. 2 days of consolidation, that's a bad spot. Okay, we're running long. I'm gonna stick with you guys. Hang with me if you can, if you're able to. How would you put together your watch list? You explained previously or in lecture. Please share lecture date link. I can share it with you real quick, and I can also link it to you. Applied Volatility, send me a DM. If that is your Discord name as well, send me a DM. But basically, you guys, anyone watching, anyone still here, my daily watch list is literally this. I have big tech, and I have my small port stuff that I trade every single day. I have a daily chart down here. I have a 1 hour, and I just do this. I go through and I look, I say, okay, Apple's trending up. Do I have any levels I like? Is there anything I want to see out of it? So I see Apple here and I make an alert, and it's literally that. So I have a top side alert here. I'll set an alert. I don't know if this is the quickest way to do it. I'm going to do it. At or above. And since, we're trending up, I want to see this little trend here. I want to say, hey, let me see if we're breaking structure here on this trend. And so I'm going to set alert somewhere down here. I'm not saying it doesn't have to be perfect, but it needs to make sense. So at or below Apple. And it seems like it takes a long time, but it doesn't, you guys. Like literally, this is all I'm doing. So I'm setting a couple alerts. If it breaks structure, a high and a low alert, and then those go off, and then I check it. Okay. But in the morning, so I open charts like 6 a.m., 5:45, whatever it is. And I'm literally just going through the charts and I'm doing this. I'm going, you know what? Like Apple, I don't love right now. I'm not saying puts or calls, I just don't love it. But AMD and Amazon is probably my favorite right now. So I literally have, if you're still here, implied volatility, I literally have a piece of paper in front of me and I just take notes. And it says calls, puts. And so it's basically, so when an alert triggers, it's just a no-brainer thing because I know if we break somewhere above here tomorrow and this triggers 30 minutes at the open or somewhere else, or if we break something like we can even sell down a little bit here. And I don't want puts because we have this zone here. We have this zone here. So even for me, puts, I'll set an alert here, but so if we open here, I'm not taking puts into this because I don't want to take puts into a mini little consolidation zone where there's volume. You want to take puts when we break through that volume, because that's where you get those big moves down. When you take puts under this, because we sell, it means the last 2 days in this zone here, bulls are probably giving up and there's some market weakness. So I'm literally doing this on Amazon. I mean, you guys are seeing it live. I'm setting alert top and bottom, and I want to see this play out. Okay. I literally, guys, I just moved down my list and I write down, and like, if I don't like anything for the trade, that's fine. I skip it. Like if Meta Flip's been hitting that, like, and he's been nailed, I think, twice today. So again, if I don't like a trade, I just skip it. And the small port stuff, same thing. I just go through my watch list and on a little sticky note in front of me, I just write down the names. And so it's my game plan for the day. And so when those alerts trigger, CCL triggers, I look down and say, okay, possibly bullish under this. And then CCL triggers, I go and boom, I have my trade plan already figured out. It's not, oh, an alert goes off, what am I doing? When the alert goes off, I'm looking at the overall market structure. Okay, CCL is coming down here. It's held this for the opening range low. It's held this for the first 90 minutes. SPY's pushing up. Why is CCL not pushing up? I might take a stab here, on some calls. Okay, and so it's all about building. It's all about building a trade plan, you guys, so you don't have to guess. Okay, you want to already have it figured out when these alerts trigger. Because there's far too many times I see people, I get it, again, if you're new, hey, I'm in Amazon, where do I take profit? That's fine. But if you guys have been here like a year, 18 months, it's like you guys got to chart. You guys got to put some work in. Okay. Implied volatility. My Discord name is started with 1K. Started with $1K. Send me a DM. We don't got to be friends or anything like that. I mean, not that I don't want to be, but just send a DM. It'll go through, man, and I'll get it, and I'll try and check it in the morning. I don't do DMs at night because one reply turns into 90 minutes of helping people, and my brain hurts. All right, we're rolling with it. I see Costco and I see MU, and after that might be done, guys. I'm not in a hurry, but I want to keep people. Wait, let me do Costco really quick, just the order I'm seeing them. Costco. All right. I'm expecting a pullback, but not sure it'll keep trending. Dominique, are you in already or just eyeing something and wanting some perspective? You can open your mic or let me know in the chat. I don't play Costco at all. Let's see. Eyeing currently. Okay. Costco. Okay, so first thing you want to do, if you want a pullback, the pullback has to make sense. You can't just be in puts. I'm not saying you are, but you can't just be in puts just because. You want to be in puts. So the market is just like the ocean. You guys want to ride with the wave. You don't want to, like, you guys know what a rip current is? You guys don't want to be swimming against that. You don't want to be taking puts just because you think it's going to go down and the whole market is just flying where it's new all-time highs. Like you want to catch, you want to look for some weakness and then you want to act on it. So we have a zone here. Say CPI is really, really hot, everything gaps down, and we were bullish to start the first hour of the day. Okay. So now you build a trade plan. So on the 1 hour, so 2 days in a row, we've closed this, the hourly 20, the yellow. So follow me here. 2 days we close under it. Well, technically we're kind of under it. We closed right at it. And so you want to see these moving averages curve down here. And so you have to ask yourself, where do we bounce? Why do we bounce? Same thing as usual. I'll get a couple lines here, quick 2-line chart. Okay. So we pushed up on Thursday and we trended up. Previous to that, we rejected down. We push up, we trend, we come down, we bounce, not a big bounce. We come down today, we bounce again. Okay, so for me, this is, I'm not gonna say easy, but it's a fairly easy trade. I would set an alert at 77366-ish, because if we break this tomorrow, which is Wednesday, you are telling yourself, or you have to say to yourself, we are breaking the lows of the week. This is Monday. Today's Tuesday. We're breaking the lows of the week, meaning bulls are at this moment, in a weak market, bulls are giving up for the time being. Okay, so say we break down, we push up, you get a sniper entry at 773.5. Okay, your risk is small to the upside. I would mark these levels here around 77451. And again, this depends. Are you buying a June contract, July contract, 4 days out? So your stop loss, you got to respect it. It's based on levels, as I say, but again, you got to be realistic. If you're in heavy and it's only got 3 days until expiration, you need to respect that stop, and it needs to be tight. But if you buy puts, you get a sniper entry and you got 3 months time, you can let it play out a little bit. You can let it play out to 775 maybe, see if we reject. But say you get puts. So this is the 9 MA daily. It's going to open. So we push barely higher. So it's probably going to open somewhere around 767-ish. Okay. So again, you're in the trade. It's profit. Even before you get in the trade, let me back up. Even before you get in the trade, who was that asked that? Dominique. You need to have your profit target figured out already. Okay. So you can't enter the trade and be like, oh man, I'm up 45%. Great. And then it bounces. Now you're up 12%. Okay. So you need to take profits already figured out. And for me, again, it's recent chart. It's fairly easy. We break down. This another bounce zone, potential bounce zone. Call it 7-7 flat, because last week we pushed, we rejected, we pushed, we rejected. Last Friday we pushed and we trend up. So again, if you hit this trade tomorrow or whenever it is, you need to be thinking secure puts here. If you're in 1 or 2, you need to take them all. And that's the way it is, because the chart tells you where to sell. If you're in 10, trim 8. Now you probably have 2 for free. And that's where the fun happens, when you have a couple freebies. And now we break down. So this would be Wednesday. And so Thursday, again, if this moving average comes to the daily, again, go to your daily time frame, 76363 down here in the daily. That should be a sell zone for you to secure all. Or you miss the trade, we come down, we do this, and we consolidate for 3 days. I'm not looking puts. I'm looking going, hey, why is this consolidating? Bulls are not winning, but neither are bears. I'm looking for consolidation and maybe take some longs off this 9 here, this 9 MA. Okay. So have a trade plan before anything. Those of you that know me, if you send me a trade plan, says, hey, I'm looking at Costco, I want to hear puts here. This might take profit. I'm going to say, love it. But if you just say, hey, should I get puts here? I'm going to say, well, you need a trade plan, in a polite way. I'm going to say, come back to me and you have a plan. I'm going to say, where's your take profit, at least 2 spots, and where is your stop out? And what that does is it holds you some accountability. Because if you message me and say, hey, I'm in some puts and I'm up 30%, I'm going to message you back and say, okay, cool. Did you take profit or did you take profit? Or you say, I'm taking puts And if we push up to 77145, that's about a 25% stop 1K. What do you think about that? Say, I like it. And we push up, I'm probably going to check in, say, hey, did you stop out? And you can say, yeah, and that's okay, because we take losses. I take losses every day. But telling someone your trade plan and doing it, you guys, holds you accountable, and it makes you a better trader. So if you DM me an idea, hold to it. You know, take profit where you say, stop out where you say. You know, but don't just say, hey, should I get Costco puts? I'm gonna say, well, why? You know, you gotta have a plan. Last one, sorry, who was that? Rena MU. But again, always DMs are always open, you guys. I will always help you with the trade plan. Oh man, what a hell of a day! What a close! Yikes! All right, what do we got here? Dip to today's high for an entry push if we bullish tomorrow. Yeah, all right. Again, no lines on Thinkorswim. This is nice. So, she says a dip. Ooh, man, I love that. Man, look at that. You guys should write MU down on your watch list. So a dip, she's saying, okay, if we push up, a dip to, make sure you're at today's high. Yep. So again, break and retest, you guys. Break out and retest. You don't chase the breakout. You don't buy someone sells. You buy calls on sell, which is, man, we'll call it 125. Oh man, this is nice. And now look at the daily. So I drew one line chart here on the hourly, and now let's look at the daily. That is nice. So again, this again, I use the word pivot. This can be used as a pivot. So we break up tomorrow, we come down. That is an easy trade as far as risk reward, you guys, to, you know, you buy around at around 125. And if we push up, okay, that's fine. Start looking left to take profits on the hourly. But if we come down, we sell under that. Look at what happens, you guys. We push up. We know what happens. I don't need to repeat myself, but I'm going to. When we sell under 125, obviously overall market weakness, but we know what happens. Okay. And one other small thing, again, we're getting a little extended off the 9. I like to see a little bit closer trend, but it doesn't mean just buy puts. But again, maybe we gap down on market weakness and we're weak all day and we get like a weak push on low volume to 125. That's a low risk put entry, because again, break down, retest. Not only are you buying puts at a huge level in the daily, okay, you're buying puts at a huge level yesterday's high. Like that can possibly be the easiest double top of the week, you know, or of a trade you've taken. So, man, really good eye on that one. I like that one a lot. It's not a cheapie, but damn it, I'm adding it to the list because that's a nice one. But man, that's a, you know, a one line chart. That's basically all you need. I mean, obviously, if we push higher, as you hear me say, look left. I can't do it, but yeah, look into taking profit at the 127.44 zone for sure. 126.24. J3 first class, super helpful, awesome. Glad I said a good example. We got a lot of good support members here, a lot of good lectures. Like, go to Dirty Rivers class, Toasty, all of them. Joe is a Sunday night market scan, which is kind of like this. He goes over all the big tick names Joe does on Sundays and gives his perspective, that's where it's at, you guys. That's how you start your week. Quickly to wrap up, I know we're long. If you guys are in here a lot and you have time and you want to be good, every Sunday you need to read Tilio's newsletter. Every Sunday night, if you can, you need to go to Joe's Sunday night market scan. And if you're able to attend the lectures, I get it. People work second, third shift. They can't attend these lectures live, but every single one of these lectures are being recorded, you guys. And so, you know, I get a lot of messages. I'm sure River does and everybody else. They, you know, say thank you for this lecture that they watched that was recorded. They watch it later. And another thing, you know, I went too fast or went over something quick. You know, this lecture will be, you know, posted probably Wednesday, Thursday, if not Friday for sure. You can go back and watch. Okay, what did he say here? What did he look at? And so all these are recorded. They're in the tab under recorded lectures. Right. right here, recorded lectures tab, latest classes. So look at May 9th, the last one from River. Sometimes Joe gets behind. He's got a family. He's busy. Give him a little bit of break. But under recorded lectures, you guys, it'll be here. And he usually tags premium, so it should pop up. But like I said, whoever's asking about trade plan, we kind of went over it, but it's in here somewhere. I don't want you a bunch of time, but all the recorded lectures are in here. But if that's everything, you guys, I'm going to end it. Man, we had a good lecture in here. We're dropping off now, but it's expected. Appreciate you all. Appreciates the questions. But let's have a good close of the week. Let's see what CPI gives us. And let's have a good rest of the week, you guys. Have a great night. Thanks.